Yo, what is up everyone? So today I'm going to show you how I created this simple portfolio website using HTML and CSS. So this video is actually a collaboration with another YouTube channel out there called Pierre Luigi. Not sure if I pronounce his name accurately, but essentially he is a UX UI designer. And actually let me just bring up his portfolio site here. And you can see that he's worked with a lot of companies and has a lot of UX UI design work that you can check out on his channel. And also I'll put a link in the bio on there so you can see his other design tutorials as well. But essentially he created this portfolio design on Figma, and he has a couple variations here, but I decided to just go with the one on the right. And then you can see here there's a lot of CSS, grid, and Flexbox I utilize in this particular design. But basically we have the first section here, and there's typical description, your name, and then a little small paragraph describing what you do. And then also we have a little just image here, and then going down to the about section having the name, and then again just more description, and then also you have a little picture if you'd like to include that as well. And then here's the services section. So ideally you could change this up to like your skill sets if you're not going towards like that agency type of field. But this one obviously you could just put here like your coding, front end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc. Apps if you do apps. And then additionally, I mean, you could tweak and mess around with this. And also I did sort of a like two-thirds, 1/3 sizing on this for CSS grid, which I'll show you that in the tutorial. And then also here's a little different in terms of like displaying it, where it has like a difference of like pretty much 50% up, and then also in another section here. And then we have like the email contact right there, and then also portfolio section. So ideally this would just be a image of whatever you made, and then you can link to the live website or file wherever it is. And then also here's additional projects you could include here. And then you could also customize it with like a button at the bottom showing like the live website app or whatever it is. And then you can even have a code showcasing too if you're actually creating something with code. And again, this is just like a filler design for now. And then also we have another little yellow bar down here with a contact section. And then it leaves off to the footer. And then also if we were to shrink it, again, I decided to make it more responsive as well. So I can just go down really quickly. And then even if I inspect this, let me just show you on the super small screen. So this is the smallest one, I think Galaxy Fold, I can't remember. Is that or Surface Duo? Yeah, I think Galaxy Fold is probably the skinniest right now. You can see everything still fits within this super tiny phone. And then if you happen to have like a bigger size phone, like iPhone 6, 7, 8 Plus, you can see that it's pretty much similar like that. So again, this is what I'm going to be creating today. So without further ado, let's hop into VS Code and let's get started. All right, so here I am in VS Code. Again, you can open up whatever code editor you like, but essentially go ahead and create a folder that you can actually code up this project in. And I already have one created. So now all I have to do is simply create the new file, and then just type in index.html, and then we can just go with style.css. So that's pretty much it for this. And then also we can have an images folder too. And this is pretty much it for this website because it's fairly simple, nothing crazy. And now to do, I'll just press Shift 1 exclamation mark and then press Tab. And then I have this automatically created for me. In the title, we can just say, portfolio websites. And then we can also go underneath the title, but still above the closing head tag. And then we simply can just type in link, press Tab. And then for the href, we can do style.css. And this should link the styling sheet. And then in the body tag, let's just put AH1 and let's test this out. So I'm gonna hit save, and pretty much let's go to the extension and make sure you have, also by the way, I have this VS Code icons in. So in case you're like, whoa, why do your icons look crazy compared to mine? This one, you can download that. If you don't like the design of the icons, then feel free to leave it out. But the one you do need is live server. So let's see, click this one. Ritwick Day. Yeah, this one right here, 7.5 million downloads. And once you install this, what you can do is you can right click on the index.html file and open with live server. Boom. And once it decides to load up, let me bring this over one on the other screen so it's over here. But if you only have one browser, it would pop up and you can see it's here. And then if I want to be like this, boom, it's live. It's auto updating. So that's pretty cool. So now we can go ahead and let's do one last thing is let's style the solid CSS. Let's just say color red. Awesome, perfect. Okay, so the style sheet is working. So let's go ahead and create the first section. All right, so let's just erase this. And I'm just gonna call this, so I'm gonna do dots, and then I say hero underscore underscore section. And again, this is just the way I named them. If you guys wanna name your classes differently, or you just don't like the way I do it, I mean, feel free, it's just naming. But here's just hero section, essentially the first one on these sites. And then I want to have something called hero, so dot hero underscore wrapper, press tab here. And then I named this column left and column right just so you can see like why I did it, so that when I'm coding up the styles, it just makes more sense. So I'm just gonna say column left, and then in column left we're gonna have, I'll just put a span tag here and just say 01-Robert Atkinson. This is just like a filler name. And then we'll just have H1. This is essentially what you would say for like your title. So say user experience designer. And again, I'm just copying the Figma design. So that's what they have for the filler text. And then a little short paragraph, say I have years. Let me do Command B so I can close out the code section. But I have years of experience. Experience working with small and large companies, and I'm currently looking for the next opportunity. All right, so again, you just fill this up with whatever you pertains to you. This is again the filler text. This is not me describing something I'm doing. And then let's put all right, so we have column left. So underneath this div, let's go under here and let's do dot column underscore right. And then in here we can just add an image, and the src we don't have it yet, so let's just leave it blank. And then let's just put it's just a brain image, and then let's say class equal to hero underscore img. We save this here, and it's pretty much what we got going on right now. So this section, actually, let me go to the body, let me do a comma or comment. So that's command slash, let's just say hero section up here. And then let me make sure I have the last div. Let me go under here, do another comma, then let me say about section under here, just so I know like what I got in terms of spacing everything out. And let me just drag my images over because you guys don't have them, and let me put them up into the images folder. So again, you probably don't need these images since like it's your portfolio, but in terms of like filler image, obviously I have to add that. And now I have all these images here. Again, these are just like random ones I have from the design. But let's go to the src and let me just make sure this works. So images slash AI-brain svg. Alright, cool. So we got the brain here. And now we can start styling this. So let's go to style.css, go here, and then at the top, let me do the little shift 8 little asterisk curly braces. I'm gonna say box sizing to be border box. Say margin is 0, padding is 0, and font family. I believe the design had Helvetica, but I just want to make life easy, so I just put the default Arial with then Helvetica and then sans serif. And then let's do the dot hero section with the curly brace here. The background is going to be hashtag 002ED0. The padding, I'm gonna put 060 pixels, and color of the font will be hashtag FFF. Save it. Now you can see it looks just like the site. And then let's do dot hero underscore wrapper. Let's do display grid. Then let's do grid, grid template columns, 1FR, 1FR. And the reason this way, so see what this does, right? Let me show you. This essentially makes these into like one. So it's like two essentially columns. And then let me do grid template rows. And I just want the size to be 20 pixels. So it has like a fixed essentially like a row height. And then under the here wrapper, let's do column underscore left. So now you can see why I named it like this, because it doesn't make sense if you can't visually understand this. But now we're gonna do display flex. So what's gonna happen when I do display flex is essentially flexing everything up onto the same row. Think of it as like on the same row pretty much. And then what I want to do is bring this back. So I'm gonna say flex direction to be column, because I want it to be on top of each other. So now you can see it's back like this. And now that we have this, then I can do justify content space evenly. So now you can see it spaces them evenly based off of the size of the actual column. And then I can align items to be flex start, just to ensure that everything is flush with the left side, so that nothing like randomly just switches over. And then you can see, let's do, so you could go in and like put a little class on like each little text, but just to save time, if this right here, column left is essentially has all of these p tag, h1, everything inside of it. So instead of me having to put a separate class for each, I could just straight up do dot column underscore left, and then I can do like the let's see, h1. So it's looking into the column left, and it's looking for an h1. So here we have h1 here, and then pretty much I can just say font size 90 pixels. Boom, it increases. And then let's do dot column left again, except this is a p tag now. And then I can just say font size, let's do 16 pixels. Looks like it actually is defaulted by that, but let's just keep it like that for now. And then say line height to be 2.3. So we got the line height action here, and then we can mess with the right column now. So let's do dot column, C-O-L-U, I can't even spell it. Yeah, well, column right. Now here, let's do display flex, flex direction column. Then I want to do justify content center, and then let's align item center. So I just basically aligned the image in the center. And then pretty much, let's see, yeah, I want the, so let's do hero underscore img now. And make sure I put that as the class, yeah. So here's the class for the image now. And then let's just do width of 100% and the height 100%. And let's shrink it up here. Now you can see it's like this. Now ideally, once it gets to a certain breakpoint, I would shift it below. So like it's shrinking right now. But pretty much, this is the main hero section CSS. So it wasn't too crazy. I didn't have to do any crazy like margin padding stuff, because I just did display flex to space them out. And also, since this image isn't, like if I inspect this, on the original design, it was like super like large, but I could, since I downloaded this from the design, it has like this kind of like this like space around it. So it's not really like just the exact outline of the actual image, because of this like little gradient fade here. But yeah, we had to work with what we got, and then we can actually make this mobile responsive now. So let me just do it here. Let's just say at media screen and max dash width colon, and I'm gonna do 1100 pixels, because that's just where I want it to. I noticed that it starts to like look weird, so let me say dot hero underscore section. Let me scroll this up. Say padding to be 30 pixels, and then let's see, dot hero underscore wrapper will be grid template column. Oh, whoa. Grid template columns 1FR, and this essentially makes it into like a one column only. So instead of up here we had 2 columns, now it's going to turn into 1. So I save it, and now you can see it's essentially one whole column now. And then let's do dot column underscore left h1, and just say font size. Let's just decrease it to like 80 pixels, because it's quite large, but now it's a little shorter. And now let me add another media query for a smaller screen, because on smaller phone sizes it ends up being like it's weird. So let me show you. Just did media screen with 468 pixels. And let's just do hero wrapper to be. Let me scroll this up. Was the grid template rows 600 pixels, so it's not as big. And then let me do column underscore left H1. I want the font size to be 32 pixels. So let's see what we got now. So if I inspect, let me inspect this, and then let's go to like Moto G4. You can see it looks fine, because if I were to comment this out, you might run into issues. Yeah, you can see here, it's like it has the dreaded white space. So I added that, so now you don't have that anymore. And also like the, let's see, Galaxy Fold. Yeah, we're good here. And this breakpoint, I just put this one, but I think it depends on your design. You'd have to know. But let me save this now. Command B. Let's go back to index.html, and now let's start adding the about section. So let's go under here. So the last two tags should be the body closing tag and then the HTML. And I just call this main. I mean, you could say about section, it really doesn't matter. But let's just say dot main underscore section. And then I want to make a main underscore container. And then in the container, let's just put the H1, and I think the it will say hello, I'm Rob. And then under the H1, I'm gonna create a main content div. So I'm gonna say dot main underscore content. And then in that, I'm gonna create another div called that main underscore text. And here I just put H2. Let's see, I am Robert Atkinson's and a UX/UI or UI/UX consultant currently living in San Francisco, California. And under here, let's just do a p tag. And there are, actually, you know what? I'll show you guys a little trick. Let's do LOREM. Let me do 30 and just press tab. Boom. Save you guys a life. You don't have to sit there and type like this crazy paragraph. And then under the p tag, then we have this div here. Then I press enter. So now we should have 1, 2, 3 divs before the closing body tag. So I'm going to create this, say dot main underscore image. And I'll just say image tab src, or you just slash I'll see dot slash images slash profile png. Alt will be just I just put face for now, and then class equals to main underscore img. Save this, and if yours doesn't auto save, make sure you have a closing tag. But we're pretty much done here. So let me go to the bottom of this div for the main section, and let me comment say services section now. And now let's check out what it looks like. Okay, cool. So now what we need to do is style this. So I'm gonna go to style CSS, and again I'm pressing Command B to open and close this. We'll go here and let's do about section. And I think I put main on my original one, but it doesn't matter. And let's just do dot main underscore section here. Curly brace. Let me scroll up, you guys can see a little better. And let's do padding 60 pixels by 60 pixels. Background hashtag the same 002 ed0. Color be hashtag FFF. Save it. All right, cool. And then under here, let's do dot main underscore container. All right, and then let's do display flex direction column. So let me show you what happens. It's gonna flex it and then pick a column. So nothing changed there, but then I want to say justify content flex start. So once we create this, you'll see. And then for the main underscore container, I'm gonna target the H1. I want the font size to be 110 pixels. So now this is the hello I'm Rob. So right now we're creating this sort of like this outline part right here. So then I'm gonna say let's do color. Just put it hashtag 000. And here's a little, this is the thing I got from CSS Trick, but basically you do .webkit dash text dash fill dash color transparent, and then dash webkit dash text dash stroke dash width is 2 pixels. And then let's do .webkit dash text dash stroke dash color to be hashtag FFF. And then we can say margin dash bottom to be 32 pixels. So boom, this is what we got here. If you don't care about the outline, then literally just color it and it'll be fine. But that's just how we did it. And then we just have like a fallback color. I mean, technically we could make this hashtag FFF. So in case the stroke part doesn't work, at least it's still there. And then let's do .main underscore content. And then pretty much I'll say display grid template columns 1FR. So again, this is the you see here, this is column 1 right here, and then column 2 is right here. And if you don't know much about grid, it's really not that hard once you've messed around it a bit. And then let's say grid template rows. There's other fancier ways to do things, but I think this is like the easiest way. And I put 700 pixels. So the actual like section now here is 700 pixels. Let me just do main underscore text now, and let's do padding dash right. Yeah, 20 pixels. Okay. So you got a little padding action. And then let's see what do I have. Let's do main underscore text h2. Let's do font size 48 pixels. Line height to be 1.5. And then margin dash bottom is 32 pixels. You can see here, now we got some things. Let's see, scroll it out. How low's now? And then what do I got after h2? We got the main text p, so main underscore text p. Let's just do a line height of 2.3. And then let's do main underscore image to be display flex, justify content, center, and then under here, let's do main underscore img. So again, I just named them the divs, but you can call this like image div or whatever you want. And then I just have just main image. And let me get rid of this period. And let's do width to be 420 pixels by height of 610. And now we can see it looks pretty similar. Now, like the design is like a little higher, but I mean, this is the image I had and what I got for this. And then media queries. So let's just say media query for a about section. So let's see, main. Okay, actually I gotta do the at media screen and max dash width of one. I'm gonna do 1000 pixels because that's where I found the break point. And then let's do main underscore section to be padding 30 pixels. Alright, okay. And underneath the main section, let's do main underscore content. Let's do grid template columns 1FR. So watch what's gonna happen. Before I hit save, it's gonna basically have this on top and this below. So boom. And now it's one column. And then let's do I just put grid template rows, just a 1FR. What's that? It's here, 1FR. Okay. And let's do main underscore image to be margin dash top 40 pixels. And then let's do main underscore container h1 to be font size of 70 pixels. So here we go. And then I want to target the smaller screens. So let's just do add media screen and max width to be, let's just do 468. And let's do what? Dot main underscore text h2. Font size is 32 pixels. And then, so let's see. I think you won't be able to tell because the screen's not 468, but this is dot main underscore img to be width 100%. And then let's do height 100%. So now let's inspect. Let's check this out. So Galaxy Fold, that's what it currently looks like. Let's try to comment this out and see what happens. This is the super small screens. And let's see. So now you can see how it overflows again because its font's too big. And then let's see down here, also the image, see that? So I did this. And I'm sure there's like a million ways to do this, but I mean, it's just one way. And now it fits. There's no scroll. So now we pretty much have first two sections. So now let's go and under here, let's create a services section now. So let's say services, all CSS. And let's go back to index.html. And I have it right here. So this one, let's go and start coding this up. So I'm gonna say, what was it? Let's just say div with dot services as a class. And I'm gonna say another div with services underscore container. Then under there, I'm gonna say h1 of services. Then underneath the services, I'm gonna say dot services underscore grid. Then in there, I'm gonna say dot services underscore left, so the left section, just so you understand what I'm creating. The enter, and then let's do dot services underscore content. Then now here's essentially like each like box I made. So let me show you. Like right here, these are like the contents. So now let me create an image, and let's put dot slash images slash. This is the chess SVG. Again, you don't have to copy this, but let's just put chess piece. And then underneath that image, I'm gonna say dot services underscore DSC for description, because I want it to be essentially like 2 blocks. And then I'm gonna say h2, let's say UX strategy. Then under here, let's do a p tag and say lorem 15. Press tab, autofills. And now what we can do is I have this highlight. I'm gonna highlight the entire service section with the image, with the description. So it should be here, and then Command C, and then press enter, Command V, and then press enter again, Command V. So if you have an error, make sure you highlight exactly what I have highlighted. Then let me save this really quick, make sure everything looks good. So yeah, chess piece right now is dark, but they're there. For the let's see, second image, I want this to be the wireframe, so let's just say wireframe here. Then for the third piece, I want this to be, I think I put virtual as my name. So again, if you're like, where am I getting these names? This is just these are names I named these pictures. And then underneath this div, so we got this class section content here. This one is left. So right here. So now let me make sure. Yeah, so 3 divs down. So 1, 2, 3. Press enter. Then you should have 3 underneath that, then body. So then we're gonna say dot services underscore right. And then I'm gonna say img just be dot images slash MacBook. So I have a capital MacBook. Dot PNG alt. I'm just gonna say MacBook here, and then I'm gonna just say class equals to MacBook. Just so when you're styling it, you like know exactly what I'm doing. Then you have the closing tag here, and then I think we should be good on that part. Let's save this here. Okay, we got the MacBook. Then after services rights, we have one div here, and then we have another div, but we still have one last div. So let me make sure. Yeah, so we're still inside the services div, but we're like the last one. And then this is just like a yellow bar. So I'm just gonna say dot yellow underscore bar, and then I can just say image see dot slash images slash mail dot svg, and this is just gonna say well no, I was gonna say email icon, and then we can close this tag out, and then let's do p tag with email, and then spam, let's just say robert-01@info.com. So I hope this isn't a real email, but that's just a fake fake thing right here. Okay, so we got this, and then here. So now let's go to, actually before I do that, under body, let me just say portfolio now so I can know where I'm at. Let's go back to styles.css and let's code this up. So let's see, let's say dot services, then say background to be hashtag 00280, color will be white, and position will be relative. And the reason I'm adding this is so that we can make the yellow bar move its positioning based off of the actual services container here. And then you'll see that once we get there. But let's do dot services underscore container, and let's say background to be hashtag 000, padding dash top 100 pixels, padding dash bottom is 100 pixels, and padding dash left will be 60 pixels. So now we got a little padding action here, and then let's do dot services underscore grid. And I'm gonna go ahead and let's say display grid template template columns 2 FR 1 FR. So now this essentially is gonna take up twice as much space, while this only takes a, essentially think of it like 60+%, and this is only like 30. So it's basically 2/3, 1/3. And the reason why, just that's the way the design was. And then let's just say grid template rows 700 pixels. And then let's do dot services underscore container h1 with the font size of 50 pixels. I'm gonna say dot services underscore left is display flex direction column, justify content space evenly, and let's do padding of 0.50 pixels. And right now you're like, what in the world? Because currently we're on desktop view now, so that's what we're building. But let's do dot services underscore content display flex and align items flex start. Boom, and let's see. Let's do dot services underscore content img margin dash right of 50 pixels. And then let's do dot services underscore dsc of h2 font size to be 16 pixels. Let's do text transform uppercase, and then margin dash bottom to be 16 pixels. And then under here, let's do dot services underscore dscp tag. I want the line height to be 2. So now if you're like, what is going on? This is what we got going on. And then underneath here, this is a MacBook image. Let's just change this to, let's see, height of 700 pixels, and then width, I want it to be 100%. And then let's do the yellow bar now. So right now you can see yellow bar is invisible. So let's do dot yellow underscore bar. Let's say position absolute, because you can't do this without having something position relative. Let's say background is yellow. Let's do height 80 pixels. Bottom is minus 40 pixels. So let me show you. Right now this is because its height is 80, so half would be 40. And then I did minus so that it's like does the half section part. Right, I want it to be at 0. So it's all the way to the right now. Width, I don't want it to be the whole width, so I'm gonna say 80%. So the reason I say percentage is that if you're on like a mega size screen, it's only gonna be 80% of the screen. Because right now this is my small screen, but on a bigger screen, it'll adjust based off of the size there. Because if you have like a fixed width, like let's say like 300 pixels, on a screen that's way wider, it's only gonna be the size of 300 pixels versus like a percentage. And then color, let's just do actually hashtag 00 for the text. And let's just bring this over to see. And let's see, display, flex, brings them all in the same row. Then I want to say justify content, flex starts. And then let's just say align items, center. Cool. And now let's just do dot yellow underscore bar img with a margin of 0, 40 pixels, so left and right. That's just the icon, by the way. And then under here, let's do dot yellow underscore bar p tag. And then I can just say margin dash right of 40 pixels, font weight of 700, and then text transform of uppercase. And now we can do the media query. So right now if you check it out, this is currently what we got going on, which is pretty basically the design on the original one. Now let's add some media queries. So let's say let's just do this first. Do media services, media queries. And let's say add media screen and max width of 78 pixels. Say dot services underscore grid template columns. It's gonna be 1 of 4. Then I'm gonna say dot MacBook curly brace. I'm gonna say display to be none. You save that here. So that's just my design here. I get rid of the MacBook just so that it's such a wide picture. I didn't want it to show up. And then let's do dot yellow underscore bar width to max out to 100% and just like content flex start. Now we got like this. And then we can make it for the smaller screen, so we can basically say let's do dot at media screen and max width of 468 pixels. Let's do dot services underscore container to have a padding top of 100 pixels, padding dash bottom to be 160 pixels, and then padding dash left to be 16 pixels. And then under here, let's do dot services underscore grid template columns, 1FR, and then grid template rows to be 900 pixels. Then I'm gonna say dot services underscore container h1. This one's gonna be text align of center, margin dash bottom of 100 pixels. Then dot services underscore left, padding 0, 24 pixels. And let's do dot services underscore content, margin dash top 40 pixels. And then let's do dot services underscore content img margin dash right of 16 pixels. And then let's do dot yellow bar img with a margin of 0, 20 pixels. And then the last one will just be dot yellow bar p tag will be margin dash right of 20 pixels. So now if we inspect, check out the Galaxy Fold, everything looks, make sure we refresh this. Let's bring this down here. Let me scroll this out. Let me see sure I didn't miss any sections here. Let's see, Moto G4 looks clean there. Galaxy Fold looks like the my padding isn't doing what I want it to. Let's try 200. What's the end of? Okay, yeah, that looks much better. 200, and yeah, so here, and then we also could put like a on the, let's see, Command B. Let me check where this at. Services container H1. Let me just copy this services container, and let's just paste this. Let's put H1. Let me do margin dash bottom of, oh, I already did, never mind. Just kidding, I did it right here. This should be, let's do 150, see that, or 160. That fix anything? Oh yeah, that's much better, so 160. Alright, yeah, so there, I just changed the service container H1 margin bottom to 160, and then the product bottom to 200. And that looks much cleaner now. And that's just like for the super small screens, but for the most part, this is what we got here. So now, let's see, this part isn't blue, so when I go in to create the new section, it should update that. So let's do, under here, let's say, portfolio CSS. Just enters, and then we go back to index.js, under here now, and we can start coding up the portfolio section. All right, so this, let's do dot portfolio. And in here, let's do dot portfolio underscore container. And then I'm gonna say H1 portfolio. And then under, I'm gonna say dot portfolio underscore main. Then I'm gonna say dot portfolio underscore left. So here I'm gonna say image now. src, let's dot slash images slash portfolio dash image dash or dot svg. This is going to be a dashboard or dashboard, and then let's say class equals to curly brace portfolio underscore img, and then you can close that out. And then outside of this div, then I'm gonna press enter. I'm gonna say dot portfolio underscore right. And let's just say H2 will be web design company. I mean, you can put whatever you want here. And then here, let's just do a P tag. I'm gonna say lorem. Let's do 20 tab. And then underneath the P tag, I'm gonna say a, and this would be essentially a link. So if you have another page, then you could link it to there, or you could link this to like your portfolio like page, whatever you want, and then just say see more, and then like the sign right there, little greater sign, and then underneath, let's see, you got portfolio right, portfolio left. Okay, so here press enter under that, and right now that's, we have essentially, actually my bad, go back, main. I want to be outside of the main but inside of the actual container still, so 2 divs under. Then I'm just say dot portfolio underscore projects. Under here I'm going to say image src dot slash images slash portfolio, my bad, it should be yeah, portfolio 1. Then here I'm just going to say portfolio for now. What is that? portfolio. So I'm gonna do a little shortcut. If you do Alt Shift down arrow, or MacBook, I think it's Option Shift down arrow, press it twice, it copies it down. And then I have my second image and third one just named like this. And that save it, and it should be what I need. All right, so here we go. And it looks like my text isn't showing. I think it's because it's on mobile. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So now let's go Command B. Let's go to Styles and let's style this up. So now let's do dot portfolio. Background is hashtag. This is blue color, so 002 ED0, and color is hashtag FFF. So now notice once I did this, the there's like background is like blue now instead of white. So now it fixes there, and then let's do dot portfolio underscore container. Let's say padding dash top 100 pixels. Padding dash bottom is 100 pixels, and then padding dash left 60 pixels. It's got a little padding action here. Let's do dot portfolio underscore container h1 font size. Actually, let's just copy the same one. So I'm gonna do Command F. I'm gonna say font size 1:1, and I'm just gonna copy this. This is from the main container h1. If you didn't have this, then you just have to write what I wrote. And I'm gonna click all the way back down, paste, and I think I have, yeah, save here, and boom. Okay, you got that there. And then let's do dot portfolio underscore main display grid template column 1FR 1FR. And then underneath here, let's do dot portfolio underscore img height 100% and the width is 100%. Then underneath that, so I'll save it here. You can see it fits. Let's do dot portfolio underscore right. I'm gonna say padding. And there's a little trick you can do. The first option is top, so 150 pixel top. Then right 100, bottom 0, 20 left. And then let's do dot portfolio underscore right h2. Margin dash bottom 40 pixels, and then font size 30 pixels. And right now you can't really see. Let me finish this up really quick and then we'll check it out. And let's do, let me save some time. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it, change this to p tag, and then let's just say margin bottom to 50, and then erase this font size and just say line height 2.5. And then let's do dot portfolio underscore right a tag color hashtag FF text decoration none. And then under that, let's do dot portfolio underscore projects. That's gonna be display flex direction row. Just like content center, and let's do padding of 32 pixels by 64 pixels. Then after that, let's do dot portfolio underscore projects img, and let's just say padding 0.8 pixels, then width to be 100%, then height is 100%. So now, this is what we got going on so far. See this little link action here. We just need to fix this up, make it responsive now. So now let's do here and go, let's say let's do media queries. Let's say portfolio media queries. Let's say at media screen and max dash width of 1368 pixels. Now the reason I did this because the these project things, like the breakpoint was going there, so that's why I did it. So I'm gonna say dot portfolio underscore projects, curly brace flex direction column, and then at media screen and max width of 1000 pixels. Let's do dot portfolio curly brace padding 30 pixels. And underneath here, let's do dot portfolio underscore container h1, font size to be 70 pixels. Then underneath here, I'm gonna do, let's see, dot portfolio underscore main grid, oh heaven, grid template columns 1fr, and then let's do dot portfolio underscore container will be padding dash left of 0 pixels, and then dot portfolio underscore right to be margin dash bottom of 60 pixels. And then for the smaller screen, let's just do at media screen and max width of 460 pixels. Let's say dot portfolio curly brace. Let's do padding of 10 pixels. Then let's do dot portfolio underscore container h1, font size of 40 pixels. So here's what we got right now. And then let's go under here and let's do comma contact CSS. And let me say this really quick. Let's go back to the index HTML file. This one's fairly simple. So what I'm going to do is both the contact and the footer at the same time. So let's go underneath the last div here. Underneath here, then I'm just going to say contact. Then I'm going to say dot contact here. And here I'm going to say dot contact underscore bar. Then image tab dot slash images slash mail dot svg. Alt tag is email icon. Here the P will just say email. And then in here I'm just gonna say spam will be robert-01 at info.com. And then underneath this div I'm gonna have h1 that just says contact me. And then outside this div here, this is gonna just be the footer. Then I'm just gonna simply say dot footer, oh heaven. Then underneath here, I'm gonna say dot footer underscore container. And then I say dot footer underscore left section. I want this to say h2 Robert Atkinson. I don't really know the name. I'm just gonna type it out, and then I'll just put here lorem 10 or lorem 10. Then under here, press enter and say dot footer underscore right. Then just put a tags. So I'm gonna say hashtag here. Say about shift alt down arrow or shift option down arrow. So 3-4 times. And basically just change it up. So about services, and then portfolio, and then see contacts. Save here. Cool. So now let's just style this up and we should be good to go. So let's go under here and let me make sure I'm on the right spot. So here, dot contact, display flex, brings them on a row, align item center, background, hashtag 00280, and then padding is 100 pixels by 0. And then I'm gonna say get contact underscore bar. I'm gonna say background, let's see, yellow. Height is 80 pixels. Width 68%. I just came up with that for design wise. Color for the text to be 000. Display is flex. Specify content flex end, so it's on the right. And then I'm gonna align items center. So after that, let's do dot contact underscore bar of, oh, it should be image, img, margin dash right 40 pixels. And then dot contact underscore bar p tag, margin dash right of 40 pixels. And then font weight of 700. And then I'm gonna say that contact underscore bar of span tag would be margin dash right of 40 pixels. And then underneath here, let's do dot contact h1 margin dash left 100 pixels, font dash size 40 pixels. Color hashtag FF, and now you can see we have the bar. And now let's go underneath this, and then basically let's do the media queries now. So here, let's do contact media queries, and let's just say at media screen and max width of 768 pixels. Let's do dot contact of, let's see, flex direction column. Let's do dot contact underscore bar of with 100%, and then justify content center. Then let's do dot contact underscore bar img, margin dash left to be 16 pixels. Margin dash right of 16 pixels. Then underneath here, we can do dot contact underscore bar of p tag, margin dash right of, let's see, 16 pixels here. Dot contact underscore bar of the span tag. And then basically say font size 16 pixels. And then dot contact h1 margin dash left to be 0, margin dash top 32 pixels, font size 32 pixels. All right, cool. So now let's do the footer. And this one's not too hard, so let's go and let's target dot footer. Let's do background to be the blue color 002 ED0. Color will be hashtag FF. And then let's do dot footer underscore container. Padding 60 pixels. Display grid. And then grid template columns 1FR 2FR. So now if you check it, it's like two-thirds now spanning. And then let's do dot footer underscore left display flex, and then flex direction column. Dot footer underscore left h2 margin dash bottom of 24 pixels. Dot, let's see, dot footer underscore left p tag line height 2. Let me see, you guys see this. And then dot footer underscore right display flex, specify content space between, and then padding 0, 100 pixels. Then under here, let's do dot footer underscore right a tag, color hashtag FFF, text decoration none, text transform uppercase, and then font weight 700. And pretty much that's the desktop view now. Sees like this. And then let's do add media, screen, and max dash width of 1000 pixels. And basically I'm just gonna say dot footer underscore container of padding 60 pixels by 24 pixels. And then grid template columns of 1FR, 1FR. Then underneath here, I'm gonna say dot footer underscore right flex direction column. And then underneath that, I'm say at media screen and max dash width of 468 pixels. I'm gonna say dot footer underscore right of padding 0, 16 pixels. So now you can see it looks like this. And the original design wasn't any like responsive screen size, so I kind of had to improvise with what I just came up with. But as you can see, the original design I pretty much created very similar, not like 100%, like probably like 99% identical, but basically you guys get the point. Use CSS grid and Flexbox and just showcase how I created this. So if you enjoyed this video, go down below, give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm pretty much just building things, documenting myself, learning code, and just sharing with you stuff I'm creating, and also share this with your friends. Comment down below any issues or improvements you have, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.